in there, and that's basically to tell the camera car to just go away. Quite frankly, a little bit of impetus. There was a little tap on the backside there from Gerard Thomas, as if to say to Connor Swift, "Come on, it's now." Yeah, because on the less lethal are going to close this one down. Yeah. He showed a bit of winning, more than a bit as Gerard. And of course, he's very much the patriarch of that team. We're going to hear from Fort Bernard in a few moments' time, but 52 kilometers per hour and more. We're not hanging around.
Well, you should never judge a book by its cover, but that helmet suggests that you're going to be on the offensive today.
Yeah, I mean, Victor Gampenarts is making me crazy this Tour de France. I'm riding with nose strips, I'm riding TT helmets. Yeah, I start to believe I need all the gains, to be up there. So let's give it a try.
What was the atmosphere on the team last day? It appears that you're, as well as defending second or trying to attack to win the race, you're looking at trying to pick up stage wins as well.
Yeah, that's been always the goal for us from the beginning of the tour. Of course, with Jonas and GC, it's not always easy for us to make it to these breakaways and stuff like that. But yeah, in the position that we are now in GC, it's on a day like today, it's not much to win or to lose for Jonas. So a few of us have the opportunity to go for it.
And how are you feeling physically, especially after such a punishing stage yesterday?
Oh, I feel quite good. Obviously I took it a bit easier the last few days in the mountains, so I hope that pays out today.
Have a good aero day.
Thanks. Yeah.
Pays out, or peace out, isn't it? Which is a farewell. And he's waved goodbye to the peloton by a margin of 48 seconds in the country. Some very, very strong riders. So strong, in fact. A little bit of a hello coming in here from Mathieu Vercher. Any one of those up front, actually, looks like they've got the capacity to win. And that kind of belief counts for a lot, Brian. You're happy to, let's say, mount the pumps.
The only rider I would be worried about is Vercher. That's their only one. He was just in the back there, the Total Energies rider. No disrespect to him, but he is second last overall in the race.
ክቡራት ዓዘብቲ ናይ ኤሌክትሪክ ፀገም ብማዓንቲ ድንግልና ኢና ጀሚርና የወሬታ ግበሩና ድሕሪ ሕጂ ግን ከምኡ ኣይደገምኒ ፀወታ ከም ትሪእዎ ዘለኹም ካብ ፓሎቶን እቶም ሃዲሞም ዘለዉ ቀዳሞት ናይ ሓደ ደቂቃ 25 ዘሎ ዳርጋ ናብ 3 እያ ተማሪና ፀወታ ካብ ሕጂ ይጅምር ፅቡቅ ምክትታል ኮመንት እንዳፅሓፍኩም ሓሳብኩም እንዳንበርኩም
Had his heart broken last year by a man who was also in the break, Victor Campanarts.
I think that stage you referred to last year when Campanarts won his stage, I think Kwiatkowski was super confident that he was going to win, and like you say, Campanarts was just faking it, and had something left in the legs.
Yeah, he was saying he was dying on his bike. He was first to apologise, by the way, at the end of the day as well, wasn't he?
It's always easy to apologise when you win the stage.
Yes, it's very gracious. Well, speeding by here, they're taking bikes out of the gap here, and you get their photographs installed, of course, with him. In the fields of sunflowers. A bit of chit-chat going on here. Breeze shooting. Are they talking about plans for the rest of the month?
I don't know, this is the bike group.
It's so great to be
Right at the back. I don't think there's a lot of chat going on, to be honest with you, because they're all hanging on.
Hanging on. Well, where Ashman, his trusty back, is indeed a decade in the Rouge on the shore. Two of the riders out there. I'll tell you what, it's an absolute cracker. I've really enjoyed watching when I was running my sandwich. It's got to come back. It's absolutely flat chat. The issue's still very much in doubt about who's going to end up in the break of the day. First appointment, first order of business is that intermediate sprint. The Indian Grenadiers squad, Brian, clearly going to solve a problem here.
And they need to do it quick, and they're not. 46, 45 seconds coming up to this intermediate sprint. They're not doing it for that, they're doing it because they've missed out. And one of the teams that obviously clear that they wanted to get something out of the day. They had their first stage win yesterday, brilliant win by Parentsman. But a stage that they think they can possibly win, and unfortunately by missing out the breakaway of 15 riders, their challenge is to try and bring them back. And from what I'm seeing at the moment, they need help from somewhere. I think they've got one rider from Intermarché, but I don't think that's enough. So I still believe that the breakaway of the day has established itself, and they'll fight out the win later on.
Little track coming with they're going to be involved shortly to try and assist with the chasing and the pacemaking. Clearly they also have a little bit of a problem. So how quickly things change as we get a sort of a signal and a sense of where exactly we are today. Racing across the southern part of France, making our way out of the Pyrenees yesterday. We've got some Alps to head towards, and some races in Provence over the next few days after Charles' rest day. We're pretty much entirely within Occitanie for today's stage, but yeah, I think Jonathan Milan, he was up front, he was part of that all that skirmishing to try and establish an early move, and all of a sudden he finds himself deep in the peloton. How quickly things change.
Yeah, it was a strange one for me because he seemed to be riding and interested. Yesterday he was on his own at the front, and then out of view when we started to see the attack, this breakaway establishing itself. Then all of a sudden he's going backwards on his own.
Just
it looked more like legs when he got to the back of the group, and then he came up and he started to try and chase a little bit. Then he found himself in another group behind. It's there's 1.3 to go. They're not going to close 39 seconds on this intermediate sprint. Matthew van der Poel will probably take the 20 points and come closer to Jonathan Milan. So I think over the last few days they do try to be beaten up a little bit. I do think that he looks as if he's got some legs at the moment. Possibly hasn't recovered. It was a big effort yesterday early on in the stage, and
encouraged and motivated. Pick up my wheel, I'll take you back on, and Jonathan Milan is flirting with disaster here because at the very least of it he wants that 20 points of the intermediate sprint. Seems inevitable now. He's not going to get Milan is flirting with disaster here because at the very least of it he wants that 20 points of the intermediate sprint. Seems inevitable now. He's not going to get that entirely inevitable because long drag race here as
it's a strange one. From where I'm seeing it, this is he's not getting ill. His legs are dead. He's got not a lot left in the tank.
The rest day can't come quick enough for some riders. There's no doubt about it. Matthew van der Poel fully invested here. I don't think will be challenged at the intermediate sprint. Goes through to take the 20. And that's significant. And all of the riders in that breakaway group are going to take the points down to 15. 15 riders up front by our calculations. And that has certainly drawn Matthew van der Poel in on 110 against 251. So 41 points between them still. The opportunity to stage win as well, which will draw even closer. Lawrence finds himself in no man's land in the main peloton, just over half a minute in arrears. UAE team Emirates trying to sort of take command here on behalf of the yellow jersey. I suppose it's a sort of an almost disinterested sort of presence on the front. It's just a sort of a command for the yellow jersey, but they're not that concerned with chasing it down.
No, there's nobody up there just left in the general classification. They're all at least an hour down, so nothing to worry about in front.
The Wellens get to ride now.
It doesn't have to ride.
Yeah, it's an interesting scenario, isn't it?
When you're in the race league team, you don't get to ride. A few people question. I said, well, there's no threat to the general classification. You're in this breakaway thinking of trying to win the stage.
But in that case, ought he not sort of tap through the rest of them? Have any break there. So it's not you would call it a break race. Just like you got the seat days and then that's really bit. Maybe that's what they're looking at. I'm absolutely welcome to it and yeah, not looking much further up the line, just basically trying to stay in the wheel. Julian Bosaite making an appearance. Julian Alaphilippe got a fleeting glimpse of him making his way back onto a group. Not sure where he is, but he's clearly still in his bike race. So after that crash, he's still fit and well and able to ride, and that's a relief for more breakaway opportunities in days to come. Breakaway has established itself. The gap is starting to ease out a little bit more now. 15 riders clear of the fields. That's a big name for them. Did some very, very strong and accomplished sprinters in this move. Very fast. I have to say, Arnold Delay is probably the standout, is he? He got the likes of Caden Groves, Tobias Lund, can sprint, Jack Stewart. Fine sprinter. Matthew Van der Poel, lest we forget, can do a little bit of everything, including sprinting. Mike Van Aert, has he got a sprint back, second place in the group already in this turdifrance?
Did he go on social media and say he sprinted today?
Yeah, well, he won't sprint unless he tells everyone in advance. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. We need to find out. He makes a sort of a warning pronouncement in advance of his sprint efforts. So they can't be a figure. Good names up there, and the gap is going out now. A little bit of contribution from the Intermarché Monte squad. Frustration for Biniam Girmay. Joined a three-rider move too little too late, really. They made virtually no inroads on that group of 15 out front, and were fairly quickly reabsorbed by the front half of the peloton.
But Biniam Girmay was in the front of the race.
He and
Milan really there
at that time, yeah.
Obviously didn't have the legs to go. But when you see Bo Van Aert and Matthew Van der Poel, these guys going up the road, the lap bell should be good off. So I can only think at that stage it was tough, but they just didn't have the legs.
And approaching a minute, we've got some climbing in prospect. Let's take on and absorb what's coming. We've got the Côte de Saint-Ferréol, it's Cat 3 ascent, 1.7 kilometres in total, and we'll start that climb with, to my route, 98.2 kilometres remaining. We're only too well aware of just how demanding it can be to grab a bottle or grab a musette, and Tim Mullins in the first. At least he's in the break and go back to the car.
The second one wasn't his fault as well. Just snapped, didn't it?
Yeah, but that broken the other day will certainly be a sort of a salutary lesson. I think he departed the race for surgery to that damaged finger as a result of this. It shows you what a complicated procedure it is. But as I mentioned, these riders will
go over a minute before they get
anything. It's going in the right direction, yeah. But not yet. Turdifrance, stage 15, just smidgen under 170 kilometres, 2,400 metres of climbing today, and now we're coming towards the Pyrenean columns that they faced over the last few days, but nonetheless, in their own way,